We last played this in September? Holy shit. I thought there were only 4 an episode. I need to get through this before the end of the year. I need to. I don't want this hanging over me anymore. It's taken way too long for me to get through these 3 games. January 7th, 12:52 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Here we go. So how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? It got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. I can't remember shit! Ah! It's been too long! It's been 3 months! Fuck. I don't know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is that old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps and the ribbon. And the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Okay. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictinitis. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah! We gotta find one for Maggie, or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty. Oh god, I suck at this. It's been 3 friggin' months! I thought it was sooner! God! Well, I'm officially at a loss as to where to start. It's really HawkZombie stream. Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first. The whole reason and it's because of this game that I'm going to be doing long forms of games like this much more regularly. Yes, Maggie was accused of poisoning that guy in the French guy's cafe. Had to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use. Yeah, that's true. And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. I know you guys said that, and here we are 3 months later and I'm paying for it. Some might think the key to the case has got to be at Trilogy. Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, and we should drop in on Maggie, see how she's doing too. So, anything on your mind? Actually, there is something. So we circle of life. I was wondering about, Zin Yof. You know, what's he like and stuff? Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that guy. The reverse Phoenix. I had to beat you so hard till it feels like you was smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright? You're saying you, Phoenix Wright? Because I'm Phoenix Wright. The one and only. Very I'm gonna do something. The tongue. Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger. Huh? You did? What did you find out? Hold on a second, I gotta make sure I can see requests as they pop up. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, Maya was working at the restaurant when I ran into Don Fione. Fonione. Oh god. Let's just say he was such a terrible version of me that I wanted to sue for defamation. What's that guy's story, anyway? Why does he have to gain by impersonating me? The tiger and dragon. Okay, so let's move. Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. You think? Yeah. Everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call the officers for the briefing, quick! Can't you shut down the station server? Chief, quit playing on the internet! But my email pen pal, Leet Asian Princesses! Save it for later, I'm turning it off now! No! Leet Asian Princess! What? Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? keep him busy. More like panicking, if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. Oh god, I never realized that they were handcuffed together in the back there. Were they always handcuffed together? Hey, that's the police mascot, isn't it? It's so cute. That's Chief, that's the Blue Badger. It was my idea, I made it, and now it's the national symbol of the police. So what's with the pink one? It's new, right? She's not an it, Nick, she's a she, right, Chief? Yep, meet the Pink Badger. So one's called Blue, and the other's called Pink. But they're both called Badger. You got it, they're married. No, but it's straight. Services Badgers seem to be cuffed together, Chief. You got it! That's marriage for you! Whoa. The deepest of the deepest oceans. Let's go to the detention center. Yeah, because I'm so off on games like this, my New Year's resolution is, if I have a big game, AAA or otherwise, that is a very long kind of playing game, that I focus on that chiefly for the next little bit until I get through it. Like for extra days, like Wednesday, Thursday, game. Monday, Tuesday, game, depending if it's RPG Maker or an indie, yeah, so. I know they are, and half the time people don't even come up with them, because things like, you know, oh, I'm gonna eat better, I'm gonna work out. I know, right? But since the New Year's coming up, I want to finish this before the end of the year. So I have until Saturday to do this. Wait, I have until Friday to do this. Ah! I guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Okay, Kia. Actually, yeah, D&D is tomorrow night. I may, and also I was thinking about doing a 1-star night, but it depends on how far we get in this, that I may do some things tomorrow. Empty as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it, come on. Hey, that sounds like... Hey, I just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. He's getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff. Oh yes, this is the one thing that Kel and I, my character, share 100%. We're terrible at games of this when we don't play all the way through, and when we don't use a guide. Because I look at guides sometimes. If I get stuck, I'll look at a guide, I'm like, oh my god, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh god, maybe... I hate bullet hells, though. But maybe they are into them, I don't know. They're much more of a weeb than I am, if we want to really get down to brass tacks. Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio? No, I am not. But we're very similar in other areas. Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? It's a nightmare. I'm not supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal. You really drove her into a corner, you know. I know, right? You always blow up on my testimony. Why, of all days, didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? What do you prefer, crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean. Well, how did she put it? HEI. Oh god, are those the bullet hell ones that I think they are? Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I never want to see him again. I can't remember what voice I gave her. God. Something like that. Wah. Wah! But please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall, Nick. Oh, man. Poor Gumshoe. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I've decided that Kel, even though it's a D&D character, is super weeb. Something I never was. Or Defense Force, that one I know, oh god. So, you like the Twin Tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking. So, how did it taste? Well, for 20 bucks, I guess, I don't know how to describe it, really. It was, delicate. Delicate? You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? Oh, what's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized, it's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. It's just kind of hard to admit to yourself when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know? I have been there. Maybe you should have found out the price after he had finished eating. Hey Nick, maybe that's why Glenn L came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce Twin Tea set. If by fierce you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glenn Elg, that reminds me. It's Glenn backwards both ways. It's... What's the term for when it's the same forwards and backwards? This is important! Oh my god, how did I just realize that? I just now fucking realized that! What? Ace Damn it, nerd! Palindrome, thank you! Oh my god, so that's... What? You still hardly know anything about the guy. Because it's a pseudonym! It's a palindrome pseudonym! Oh my god. What else Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? Gothic! Okay, so to expedite getting through this, I'm gonna ask you guys for help, and I want fucking help, please. If I get stuck, just give me a little hint. I said about earlier. Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing, really. I was just the, daily exercise show. Oh no. Cyclops for, okay. What the? A Cyclock? More than a little, shh. Gothic, I swear to God. You don't come in here for a while, or you come in and you don't say nothing. The one time you do say something is just to drag me. What? Why does everyone treat me like this? This lunch specials lobster sure is great. Then why are there tears in your eyes? Okay, do I have sports paper, job? Okay, I think, okay, I'm gonna present. Okay. He was listening to a lot. I think this is gonna be easier. I think I could just show the lottery ticket and it'll show up, the radio. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Oh, you've made a big thing out of it. I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program that was. I say it's related to... Yep, okay. I actually got it. I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you tried to win big, just like Glenn Elg did. It's like you can see right through me. Why am I not surprised this Cyclock is only one lock and a super easy one? Huh? I've cracked him already? Just be scathing, no one deserves that. Oh. This is true. Yeah, no one's ever really like super rude to me, which is, I do appreciate you guys for that. And honestly, I am a fucking idiot when it comes to these games, so sometimes it gets me worked up to where I'm in a bad mood, but at the same time, yeah. I'm gonna get through this, I swear to God. See, Belle, that's why I said it was nothing. The thing is, I love the characters, but the leaps in logic, my brain just, I go 3 steps ahead when I should be looking at like half a step. But I'm not, and I'm an idiot for it. Life is already too sad. God damn it. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I think I gotta give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery? Don't make any steps. So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. And It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. About the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? And they got the special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal. I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah. What time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I might try it, Nick. Hold on a second. Did he die on Monday? It doesn't say when he died. Okay. Then buy a ticket, Maya. With your own money. So I can have a good meal. Want fresh food. I'm so hungry right now. God damn it. Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. I'll be back next month. Oui, naturellement. I'll be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles. None, stop it, I beg you. You know what? Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you. My non, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. It was a compliment, honest. It's her, it's Wednesday Addams. Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart. Oh, non, you do not have to worry, you know. You worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood. I do love raw meat from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye. For now. I think we just found the murderer. I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become a nervous wreck. There, oui. That feels good. Thank you, Nura. I appreciate that. Ooh la la! Excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! My eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. The oil of sandalwood. Isn't it just the leftovers of what you were just using? I can't! Are you sure? I'm not sure of anything. You're such a you're making me feel nervous. Hey, Illy, how you doing? Yeah, nice. You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? None. You're right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, non? That way I can give you all my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh? That's what girls do, Nick. But you are right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is tray. I want people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. Or I think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays. Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry. You forgot that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I can see her better. Hey, Falcon. I will defend it to the finale. Le finale. No one will take it from me. The woman just now. So, who was that woman you were just talking to? Oh la la! You saw that? Well, yes. Sorry. It's the heart of a woman. So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful. Polite? Graceful? And she likes raw meat and fries, right? And fires, right? That's my... Natural element. Natural element. I've been waiting for you. Hot right here. No, we just saw this. I have to think about it. Hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. My girl's anemic. I didn't mean to say fries, I meant fires. Natural lemon tea. Yeah, you blunder. Think so? Well, then let's show him that piece of evidence and see what happens. Okay. Wait, what piece of it? Oh, fuck. I broke the vase of my seat. I'm sorry. Blueprints, photo of the scene from near the kitchen. How's he doing? They just said show him this. Ah! There's a small puzzle. You have to show him a piece of evidence. He talked about a red ribbon. Ah, this old man. He is a regular here. My specialty of cappuccino and cold water is one of his favorites. Was he here at the time of the incident? This puzzle, his life. God damn it. Oui, he was here. I am sure of it. When the incident happened, the old man was here. That wasn't him. Piece of evidence. Oh, this one. So long as the paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with the broken wings. I'm at episode 3. An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it. Oui, they kept harassing me months after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them. Help them? With what? I have no idea what part it is. It's after... It's the second... I don't know what part it is. It doesn't say what part. Oh, I'm on... Sorry. Part 3. With what? Must be sûr. If I do not owe them the money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, please, what did you agree to help them with? None. I cannot say. Yeah, there is in this. It says what part it is when you save it. What part it is. If I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up. And eat me with la salad garnish. Ew. Hope it doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that woman has something to do with our loan contract, am I right? Ah! Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman. No, that's not it. Je no comprehend? Yeah, don't just make something up. And can I talk to him now about... Okay, there we go. The woman who was here earlier. I take it that she's, Why has it come to this? What tragedy! What a tragedy! Suddenly I found myself so deep in la debt. It's a sign of the bad world we live in, eh? No, I say it's more of a sign of la bad culinary skills. The woman who was here, this scary woman, she is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, tender lender it is called. Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money. Please, you must not borrow money from Zim. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much. So Tenderlender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh? I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case. I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. Stipend. What? Is it stipend? Oh my god. You know what? I am like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me. Saying shit right now. Who is he? This is he. The tiger. Oh, it's the fake Phoenix. The tiger? Oui. He is the manager of the Tenderlender. A terrifying man. The big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. It's me. You're welcome. As soon as I hear the noise of the battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no, no, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Although, oui, he does have the spiky hair just like you. Oui, there's a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the Tenderlender, it's just beyond Vitamin Square. Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3. Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Anything new there? Nope. Vitamin Square. The scooter! I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway. At least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Scooter. Hey, check this out. I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you. Otherwise you might be in for a shock. My phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine, a tiger, loose in the city. Meanwhile, the real phoenix is like an abandoned chick, lost in a vast urban jungle. Huh? Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope. Why is she trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? Tenderlender, here we go. Win through compromise. Oh god. This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it? Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. You're here to discuss a loan? No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone. Just like that. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. This is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay? Do you think it'd be okay? Of course! No one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! Oh, shit. I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Ha! Kia. Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here. Oh no, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's gonna be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It's one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second! Super damn. What is it? Look what's printed on its cover. It says, Très bien. Mr. Cheeto just did Kia. Advertising found lying in tender lender. Okay. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them. Yeah. The pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Cheddar. Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. Hey, look at this Parisian style coat. It's so chic. Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick. Same color as my suit. Ah! Keep your voice down, Maya. Nick! You gotta take a look at this. Some cake? Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise... Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand? Oh, no. Ah! I'm scared, Nick. So? What were you getting so excited about before? Look, on the lapel of this suit. That's an attorney's badge. It's made of cardboard! Is the tiger a lawyer? No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. What? It made it look authentic. For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? What? It's not even drawn well. Look at bro, totally looks legit. Ah. As one impressive desk on one impressive rug. It's solid gold, Nick. Gold. Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that. Would you really want such a shiny desk, though? I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled. That's because it's completely dazzling. I see my nose in the reflection. That's gonna be really distracting. The desk isn't practical. No surprise there. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it. Ah! Let's open it. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee? Ah! Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drank it all? If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. Oh my! That coffee! It was laced with something. I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. Better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw the Tiger? It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc and pin. MC Boomer. Oh. Not one fucking word. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. Ah! No, wait, that will make us drink more coffee if we do. MC Bomber added to the court record. Bring back featured chat. Ah! Come out from under the desk, Maya.
What are you two snooping around in my office for?
Nothing. We were just...
Grrrah! My precious carpet! You've got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door.
It wasn't us. It was already late.
You just wanna argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think yous could take me on? I'm gonna flatten yous two into pancakes and turn yous into my new rugs.
Ah!
Oh.
Don Tiger, you're back. That voice, it's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Don Tiger. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and... He's got a death wish. She got a death wish or what?
Oh, right. Huh? But forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing.
What?
I ain't gonna make it out of you. You're too cute, you hear?
That's so unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. Sweating too much cologne. And you need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Grrrah! Phoenix Wright!
Yes?
You's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come around and mess up my plan.
So it was him. He's my phony. Is it Tigray? Don Tigray? Fuck! I'm just saying, what? Hey, but, Tiger, it is Tiger! It's just a fancy way of spelling it!
But I don't care. No one gets in my way.
What? I mean, excuse me?
You should have left the little girl at home, right?
I have a few things I want to...
Ha-ha! No questions. This is the last time we meet.
Wait, but please! That was pretty weak, Nick. Okay, so how do I say it, though? Is it Tigray? Tigray? Fuck. Until he's out of the earshot before he shouted after him. Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it, either. The espresso. Ah! God damn it. Tigre. Don Tigre. I was right. I hate you, but... And cookies. This one is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? So I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. Because it looked like tiger to me. But then I said tigre. Is that how I say it? And then no one corrected me, so I'm right. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. Conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy. But I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well. We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tender Lender is on your side. So, let's say I'm late with the repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Yeah, you can't run if you're shitting yourself. Just is last. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre. Furio? Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Zen Eof's got a real name, Nick. Hurry up and find out more about him. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre? Cookie? Sure. How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Express to the bathroom, Kia. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No. Ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to... Okay, Don Tigre. I'm sorry. Of course, I'm sorry. Oh god. Do not breathe. Save your life. I'm sure I'd like to know how that happened. Saved your life? I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. You died? About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope. I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? Have enough sorrow! So what's the story with the bandage? They put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. A fatal injury? Mine just suffered one herself by the sound of it. Oh, my nose is so itchy today. God. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Oh, Cyclops. Oh god, there's a lot. 4?! Ugh, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here. We've got to find out the truth. Okay, I'm gonna... save real quick. I'm just gonna see what it asks. Screw it, Zemsey. Easy Harlan like Gumshoe. I don't know, maybe. But at least not 5 or 6. Some operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Ah! Huh? I baked it. Nope, fuck. I'm taking a guess. It was a bad guess. But I think this is I think... Oh. I got an achievement! About her donuts. Hey, there we go. That's why I did that. It was just for the achievement, obviously. Insecure moving face my seat. I don't think I have anything right now for this yet. Yeah. So do another one? So yes, you did it. Nice. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. I didn't finish examining everything. Let's see, this round doll thing is called a, Daruma, I think. I figure I read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? Heh, I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he's always right himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. This yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reverse eye person, you know. Assuming she knows what she's talking about. These aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? Repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $1,500 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane! Car's registered to the Cadavernius. Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Okay. God. Cadaverini, there we go. Cadaverini. What's this? It's a punching bag. What? No way. You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that. What do you mean, walking around? It's not as gross to start with, and it's way too heavy to be practical. Why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right before. Back at Trebien. Paris fashion is more my thing. I really, really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. Win through compromise? Made Italian. Nope, no. Oh god. Is it Cadavernian? What? It's not. What? Is it cadaver? I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Must be something if they took the trouble to frame it like that. Yeah, well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. That. Ah! That's Tenderlander's guiding principle. Oh? Compromise the customer to win. Oh, I see. How about you, Nick? Yeah, well, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. That's one slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Okay, let's see if we can find some more evidence. Eenie. It's Cadaverini. This is great. You know what? Cadaverini. Cadaverini. There we go. Cadaverini. That's the proper way to say it. Yes. Tigre Cadaverini. There he is. Old Seedy's back, feeding the pigeons again. There. Take this and get out of my park. Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya. Just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man. What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Kah. Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. It's turning time. Hey, Mr. Kudo. Pigeon. Look, we really need to talk to you, all right? Out with the demons! In with the good fortune! Ow, ow, ow! Seeds! Shell splinters! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Everybody talking about me behind my back now. Dirty old man who was so busy looking at the sermon girl's backside. They can't remember her face! I feel the depraved animal! Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw the waitress put it in. She put in some white powder into the young lady's Javachino. We hear you. And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you. Of course. I'm back for the night. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat! Take this! You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves. Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one! Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I've got a tsunami of frustration inside, and it's ready to burst out! If you let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then? Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands! Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman? Well... Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost. That's what they're trying to say. Oh, yes. I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Très Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too? Yes, I did. The very day that young Brett was poisoned. What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, the young lad slumped over the table. Somerville collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast. I was in a bit of a daze, you see. And the owner shouted over at me. Excusez-moi, you call the police. Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So, did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course. You weren't looking for one? You went looking for one? Oh my god. I couldn't find one right away, you know. Went around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened. Yes, sirree, the owner was at Très Bien on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you give me the chance. Oh, you bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Honey Nut, is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious, which leaves that woman, I mean that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant? Ah! Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, We need to get more details about what exactly happened. For Maggie, and for Mr. Armstrong. I'm on a roll here, okay? I just gotta keep riding that high. Not overthinking. So Mr. Armstrong's out again. The place is open for business. But the place is open. Can I have an open restaurant without a chef? Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened. Mr. Hootle left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. Missing when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? It looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool! Read one out. And say it in your best French accent, with intensity, okay? Okay, here's one. It's called Printemps. The two of them, like actors from a film, the coffee still undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon, on that sad Sunday morning. The foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea and I know that what I will do. I must lie to you. I must. Huh? That's it? Yep, that's a poem for you. I know I'm in a French restaurant, but I've never heard most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce? What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Look at these knives. They look really sharp. I see how one of those slices through a cheesecake. How do you not? A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. I fucking want cheesecake now. There's a place nearby here called the Cheesecake Cafe. Fucking phenomenal food. But it's so fucking expensive. For a whole cheesecake, it is $80. It's sold $10 a slice. But the food is phenomenal. So, I gotta convince my wife to take us there tomorrow. Sounds right, yeah. But it's so good, though. I want to get it. I keep telling myself, no, I'm not spending $80 on a cheesecake, but the white chocolate raspberry cheesecake looks insanely good. Like, oh my, okay, we're gonna take, just because he mentioned, I gotta show you this cheesecake real quick, everybody. Hold on a second. Oh, do they have a picture? They don't have a picture of it. God dang it. Ah, oh, damn. Okay. It looked really good. Damn, okay. If I get this cheesecake, I'll show you. But like, you can see. Why is it not letting me here? I'll show you this one real quick. It's just a PDF of their menu. Like that right there. But the other one, it was like all covered in like this raspberry ganache, and it looked fucking phenomenal. As I'm leaving, I'm like, oh my god, do I really want to spend $80 on a fucking cheesecake? And I was very tempted. Let me tell you. Right. Oh my god. Oh, that's meals on it. Oh. Full cake. Yeah, their full cakes are $35, I believe, 30 or 40, something like that. They looked phenomenal, but I'm like, how do I justify spending $80 for a cheesecake? But I mean, $10 a slice. I could just get a slice, and then I don't feel so bad about it. Maybe that's what I'll try and convince my wife to do tomorrow. Okay, so let's move out of here. He's not here. Yeah, let's see if Maggie's at the detention center. No. Okay, now here's where I'm a little... So you gotta get him to talk more about that errand and figure out what the hell's going on there. No, I didn't actually. Well, I just looked at it there. Maya. And the birds. Yeah, he doesn't care about the scooter. So don't forget it. Jean's debt loan. It's the curb work my base. My seat. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. How do we get him to talk about what happened? Go to a blue screen ink? No. I didn't go to any blue screen at all. What? How? No more coffee.